All right, the Lakers, their dilemma, if there is a dilemma, as long as the Celtics don't do anything goofy up top, then Lonzo Ball falls in their lap. Is Lonzo Ball the right player for this team?
Yeah, I think he is. Rob Pelinka was representing the Lakers in the drawing room, and when that number came up at 2, I mean, it looked like the weight of the world just came off his shoulders. I mean, you knew the scenarios, of course, if they fell outside that top 3, not just with this year, but 2019 and getting that pick. I mean, that opens up a whole wealth of options. Now, I think they're locked in on Ball. I mean, they were not tipping their hand at this point, but everything points in that direction. I think that's the right place for Lonzo, too. I mean, he can play alongside with D'Angelo Russell if that's the way they want to go in that lineup. And look, Magic Johnson's presence in L.A., that's going to make the LeVar Ball factor a little bit less of a pressing concern. I mean, LeVar has to respect Magic's authority there. He wasn't, as much as LeVar is kind of this distraction right now, he really wasn't last year for the UCLA team. So I think being in this environment, it's good for Lonzo off the court, and I think that Lakers team is going to be good for them on the court.
But this team getting younger, they need to have a little more seasoning there, it feels like. We keep talking about Randall and Ingram and D'Angelo Russell, Clarkson, They need something else here besides Lonzo Ball at the point.
I agree, but they're not going to get it this summer. They're preserving all their cap space for next year. We all know the score, Dan. We know who's a free agent in 2018. We know Paul George has expressed a desire to play in L.A. We know that Russell Westbrook, who right now can be a free agent in 2018, has ties there. I mean, the Lakers are not going to sacrifice their cap flexibility this summer to bring in veterans that might help them win a few games this year. In fact, what I think is going to happen in the next couple of months, few months, maybe even into next season, is you're going to see the Lakers make a hard push, maybe even including a young player as an incentive to move one of those big contracts they've got on the roster. I mean, the Timothy Mozgov deal is an albatross already around their neck. They have no use for Luol Deng anymore. I think they're going to be aggressively trying to move those contracts to clear even more flexibility for 2018. I don't see the Lakers going veteran shopping this summer. I think this year is going to be focused on the development of the young guys on the roster, and next year is when they dip their foot in the water.
The Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings on Audience.